Well, hello and welcome. This is Robert Imbriali, and today we're going to be talking about who should be using video, or what I call new media, to build their business. A very important proposition for a lot of businesses and a lot of people who are authors, coaches, speakers. I mean, you name it, video or what I call new media is really, really important. We're going to talk about that a little bit today because I think it's an important message and I'm really excited to share it with you. Let's get started. With me. Okay, thanks for joining us today. I am your host, Robert Imbriali. I've been in the coaching business now literally since 1995, and a lot of people say, what do you mean? There weren't any coaches back in 1995? And yeah, there really were. And hello from Hollywood. This is San Diego calling. I love Periscope. I'm able to do this live at the same time as recording it. But I was coaching back in 1995, and one of the things that was really interesting from my perspective is one of the tools, if you will, or the strategies that more than anything filled my practice up really quickly was being able to audition. Hello, Canada. I actually used to live in Canada, so I know it's cold up there. Well, maybe not right now. I used to build my business by doing some things that I called auditioning, and a lot of people think about it and they say, wait a minute, what are you talking about by auditioning? Audition is the name of a piece of software, right? What do you mean by going out there and auditioning? Well, if you're a coach, if you're an author, if you're a business owner of any kind, one of the best things you can do is you can get out there and get in front of people who really want to hear your message. And I got to tell you something, to be honest with you, I started marketing online back in 1989. Yes, 89, a long time before a lot of other people do. And, the challenge was back then is we didn't have the tools that we have available to us today. So if you were looking to build your business and looking for a better solution, or a better time to build your business. Really, honestly, I've been here since the beginning of the internet, pretty much anyway, since the beginning of the internet. And I got to tell you something, there is no better time than right here, right now. We have more tools available to us. And the truth is, there's really no reason anymore for you not to be able to build your business using the tools that are available. Hey, Periscope, right here, right now, right? How expensive is Periscope? It's free. Guess what? 9 million people are using Periscope right now. Less than 1% are actually using it to do broadcasting. Most of you are just content consumers, which is great. Great place to start. But if you've got a message to share of any kind, you should be out there sharing it. I mean, I've seen plumbers starting to use this now, dentists, doctors. I've got chiropractors who are starting to use it and talking about natural health and great messages like that. And certainly my friends who are authors, they can get a really big push out there by using this platform. This platform is powerful because it gives you an instant audience. How many of you would like an instant audience? Come on, raise your hand. How many of you would love to have an instant audience built for you without having to pay for it, without having to do any work, right? Yeah, look at those hearts. Let those hearts start flowing. Absolutely. That's exactly what Periscope offers us. So if you're a new business owner, or if you've written a book, even if you've just written an ebook or a special report, and all you're trying to do is generate leads to build your business, I think there really is no better platform right now, no better tool than using online video. Now, a lot of us get scared in front of the camera and we say, I don't really know that this is going to be for me. I think I would rather do something else. And I got to tell you something, don't fear the camera. The first couple of times, yeah, you're going to be a little bit shaky. Maybe it's not something you're used to doing. But I got to tell you, as you do more and more of these, and again, Periscope's free. I mean, so long as you're not on your data plan running video, you're going to be okay. You're on a Wi-Fi connection, you're great. You can do this all day long, every day, and it'll work to really help build your confidence more than anything. A lot of people get afraid of this stuff, but I start to teach them that if they would commit to doing it. Some people say commit to doing it 30 days in a row. I say maybe you don't need to do 30 days in a row, but maybe you do 10 days. When I first started speaking, it terrified me as well. Back in, I guess it was about 1995, when I had gone through my training with Tony Robbins, and I came back and I said, I'm going to be a speaker. I'm going to get out there in front of an audience. But it scared me. Just the thought of it scared me because what if I mess up? What if the message doesn't come through, right? So what I did is I said, I'm going to schedule for myself 2 live events. And you say, why would you schedule 2? You've never done this before. Wouldn't you just schedule 1 to see how it goes? Well, knowing me, knowing my habit, if I would have scheduled 1 and I failed, I would have never come back and done it again. But if I had 2, well, at least I had to give it a second try, right? Try it the second time. If it didn't work, then I knew maybe it wasn't for me. But what happened was sort of interesting. I sort of fell in love with speaking right away. I fell in love with presenting. And more so, I fell in love with the ability to generate an audience participation and really build relationships in a way that I couldn't do before. So if you're coaching, if you're an author, you're a speaker, you're a professional, and you want to really connect with more people, new people, I got to tell you, the old ways of doing it are going out the window. I mean, a lot of people were talking, hey, we're still using direct mail, still a viable option, but expensive and slow, right? Direct mail, you might not see results for 30 days or longer sometimes. Email, fewer and fewer people are using email. I mean, me who checks email all day long, I'm looking at my inbox, and I got to tell you something, the laptop's running all day, and all it does, it really checks email, and I've been there twice all day. And I just look at it real quickly, scan it, and that's it. I'm done. So I, too, am walking away from email after being on email now literally since the mid-1980s. I'd say, what in the world was email back then? It wasn't anything like we know today. But I've been using it for that long, and I think people are walking away from it. And they're looking for new ways to connect with us. And live video is really addicting. It's really fun to do and really fun to watch. I know a lot of you watch a lot of Periscopes. I've seen the numbers. I've gotten the feedback from a lot of you, and a lot of you texting me or emailing me and telling me how much you love these. Or actually, better is to direct message me on Twitter or find me on Facebook and contact me that way, because that's better than email. I had a lot of people asking me my phone number. I don't bother giving my phone number anymore because I'm almost never on the telephone. Literally, it changed that much in such a very short period of time. So I'm encouraging you, if I'm doing anything today, I'm hoping that my job here is to encourage you to use the tools that are available to you. People are out there, they're hungry, they want to hear from you, they're not expecting perfection. Look, no makeup, right? Didn't do my hair, didn't just show up, this is the way I am in my office all day, right? I didn't do anything special. I turn on the lights, that's all I did to be here. But you don't have to be. And I think the more real you are, the better it plays with your audience. So you have an opportunity here to build an audience, build your mailing list if that's what you want to do, build your following on social media, sell more copies of your book, sell more memberships to your membership programs, right? And really get more clients for coaching, get more people to buy your book, get more people to show up for whatever events you're planning to do along the road. Or, if you're a doctor or a dentist, you really need new patients. Well, how else do you reach out to them? One of the hardest things to do for a doctor is to get a new patient. Why? Because the barrier to entry is very high, right? If I want to find out if a doctor is good for me, what do I have to do? Schedule an appointment, number one. Well, that's not that hard. I think a lot of people can do that, but that appointment's usually more expensive. It's usually longer than most other appointments, and usually for a lot of doctors, involves x-rays. So it can be very costly and very time consuming just to find out whether or not you have any resonance with that doctor. So if the doctor were to come on to a Periscope or come on to YouTube or come on to any of the new media platforms and discuss with you like I'm discussing with you right here, you would get to know, hey, that guy or that gal is somebody I really want to work with, or, I hate the way they talk. I don't like the way they dress. What is this with the peach shirt? They may not like any of that stuff. So they get the opportunity to scan through a lot of people really quickly, and they get to find the one that makes the most sense for them. I actually found a new chiropractor because he's doing a lot of new media that I'm working with right now. I really love him because I got to know him because of the content that he was putting out there, and it just made a whole lot of sense. So today, my message for you is simple. We have tools today that a lot of people are just now becoming aware of. I can't believe how many people in the audience I say, hey, have you heard of Periscope? Raise your hand. Para what? I've never heard of it before. And for those of us who are doing it, we love it. We simply can't get enough Periscope, right? We want more and more and more of the periscoping. And, the reason is because people show up, they watch it, and they watch the replays. And I also record this live on the computer so I can put this on my website, on my blog, and on YouTube as well. So I've got a lot of different uses for it. And it has helped me attract new business. It's attracting new customers, new people that want to work with me or ask me to be in interviews. I've got 2 interviews coming up in the next week that came as a direct result of doing some Periscopes. So I got to tell you something. There's a lot of possibilities here, a lot of reason to be using this technology. And if you're not using it, I would encourage you to do it. And if you need to have a little bit of a push, certainly contact me at Robert Imbriale on Twitter. And certainly you can find me on Facebook. And if you want to email me, it's robert@ultimatewealth.com. Certainly do that, because I would love nothing more than to see you participating in this new media, because it's all of us together that's going to make this thing bloom. It's going to make it take off in ways that it couldn't any other way. So I'm excited about it, as you can tell. I'm a little bit passionate about new media. I'm a little bit passionate about the things that we do with the live video streaming. I'm actually in my studio right now, which I built a whole studio specifically for live webcasting. And here I am live webcasting with an iPhone. You know what I mean? You don't need all this stuff. You don't need all the things that I've gone through here to be able to jump out in front of an audience. And the cool thing about Periscope, more than anything, is that the audience is built for you. You know, you see these people coming on that, you know, you don't even know. You're not following them. You're not part of it. And all of a sudden they're showing up and they're watching you because they want to learn. So if you're not doing it yet, I encourage you to try, mess it up a few times. You can do a private Periscope with just a couple of friends just to get the hang of it, get used to it if you want. Or you could jump out into the public eye and start reaching out into the world and see who shows up. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by what you see. So this was fun for me. I hope it was fun for you as well. I appreciate your comments and love to see you on Twitter. Couldn't have any questions for me, just send me a direct message on Twitter. Got to get the terminology right. It's no longer an email anymore. And I appreciate those purple hearts. Thank you so much for whoever is sharing purple hearts tonight. I really appreciate that. And let's do this again soon. This was fun. So I'm going to do one. I think I'm planning on doing another one tomorrow, because I'm really enjoying this platform. So if you liked it, tell your friends and make sure you follow me on Twitter. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks so much, everyone, for being here. And I look forward to seeing you again real soon. Good night, everyone.